Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we'll be seeing about database connectivity with Python 3. So the two major options given in Python are for database connectivity is for Sqlite 3, which is standard library provided in Python, and MySQL. So for MySQL, this is how you can do. You can install MySQL using this, and for Sqlite 3 nothing is required, just import Sqlite 3 and there it's done. So database can be used for various GUI related operations like updating entry or deleting an entry in a database dynamically or statically. So this is for the first example. I'm just showing you how to create a static database without any dynamic entry, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. So the first two statements, which is connect and for the cursor, it is going to be pretty much similar for every operation which you are going to be performing in database. Yeah, same. So this is a object or a variable, you can name it anything you want, for connecting the SQLite with the database which we have created. In our example, we have created the database EX. So this is going to be a standard database for every table which we create within the database EX. So connect is equal to SQLite 3 dot connect. So this is a syntax for connecting it with the database, and this is the cursor. So even this is going to be pretty much similar for every operations, and it's it is used for interacting with the database. So we have selected the the database connectivity option with the cursor. So operations like mouse handling and key press events, etc., are looked into this or performed under this, but pretty much these two statements are going to be similar, just clarity as an syntax. So the first table which we are going to create is an example table, just a basic example. So the function which we have created is table. You can just write it as create table for more better understanding. And yeah, create table, pretty much same method. While if you have done any SQL programs, it is similar. You just have to write create table, the table name, then the column name first, which is roll number, real. It can be represented as an integer too, but in Python we get two options, like if you want to write any numbers or anything, floating points, you just use real. It represents integer value. And for characters, it is text. This is really annoying. Yeah. So for characters it is text, and for integers it is real. That's for the table creation. And next we'll be going on to inserting values. This is a pretty much static database. I'm just providing values directly without any dynamic entry. Basically this is not the way we use a database, this is not the way we interact with the database. So just for an example purpose, I've just showed you a method how a database is initialized, values are kept, how table is created, etc., and how we can show what is within database. So just a static database. For more on dynamic entries and manipulations, it will be in the further videos, so stay tuned for it. It will be short and quick. Yes. So now coming to inserting values in the table example. So same as the SQL syntax, insert. This is really annoying, man. I don't know why it keeps on coming. So insert into example values. So the values for the first column, which is roll number 1, name is Abhishek, and age 23. Yeah, that's pretty it. And the two main things which we have to do if this is the last step. If just comment it out, I'll just do this. So if the values is the last functions which you are going to create, so after it you just have to even close like this, and same for the cursor, dot close, and you can call the function over here. But if the content within the table which you don't want to show, only if, so there's the last, this is the two important, committing the database and closing the cursor. Even the closing the database, it is important, but in this case we are not doing it, so just come back to it. So this is how you can insert, but committing a database is important because we have inserted values in it, and committing the database is important to let the database know that we have done something important, and yeah, that is committed. So moving on to the part where we are showing that what is inside the database. So really so show, it is more understandable. So for show, same syntax, c.execute select star from table example. So this is pretty much same for every SQL standard operations, data manipulation operations, like see cursor.execute, and same for updation, deletion, dynamic entries, and etc. It will be same. And see select, so we are selecting everything within the table example. Yeah, and data is a variable which we have selected for fetching all the data from the within the database. So the database is example, and the table within the database is example. So the values which we have kept inside is 1 Abhishek and 23, and we are fetching the data from it. So we are taking a variable and storing it into the variable data and just printing it. So save and run. So there will be no output shown, but our database is created. I'll just show you over here. So this is our table database, and I'll just show you directly over using DB browser for Sqlite. So if you want to see the table which we have created, which we cannot directly see like this because it is a database file, so for that you can use DB browser for Sqlite. You can select this example, and okay. So as you can see, roll number, name, and age, these are the columns which we have created, and the values which we have inserted. It will be in floating point values. So yeah, so for looking out what is inside the database, you just have to call record over here, not record, show, calling out the function, and see the content of the database. That's it. You can also even type over here, so it will just directly come, or you can actually do like that. One or the other way, it's similar. Yeah, so this is basic operations like creating a database, inserting values, and seeing what's within the database. This is really static, and I've just manually given values to it, but in the further videos we'll be seeing more on dynamic entries, updation and deletion. So in the later it will be even more on GUI based, and yeah, pretty much of GUI and various more methods in this. So stay tuned for it guys, and talk to you guys in the next one.